Hello everyone, this is Mr. Fong again, and this time around I'm back with another question from the year 2022 PSLE to explain another concept for all of you. Now I think this is a topic that is quite popular and it's usually very common in your exam papers, and this is the topic of electromagnetism. Okay, electromagnetism. Now in this case, take a look at this diagram over here. All right, whenever you're tasked with looking at a diagram, please make sure you look carefully and look at the whole diagram and do not miss out anything, because it will be quite difficult to do the questions if you're not having full information for yourself. So let's take a look over here. We have PQ, which is the hammer, and we have the fixed metal nail. All right, we've got a spring that is to support the PQ. We've got two iron rods, AB and DC, with of course, the battery and of course the switch here. Now we know how electromagnetism works is that whenever our circuit is closed, electricity will flow through the iron rods, and these iron rods will become magnets. Okay, they'll become magnets, and of course, being magnets, they will definitely attract your magnetic material, right? So PQ is an iron bar. Definitely, what's going to happen is that this PQ will definitely be attracted, and of course, this is a spring. So you can see that it's a spring over here, right? This is a spring. So what happens is that when it gets attracted, the spring gets compressed. Okay, it gets compressed. And on a side note, it stores elastic potential energy, right? And the moment when it gets attracted, your PQ gets attracted, your hammer will hit the bell and you'll have the ting sound. Now at this point, the moment when your PQ comes up here, right, you realize that your fixed metal nail will not be in contact with your PQ anymore. And this opens up to an open circuit. And when this becomes an open circuit, okay, what happens is that electricity will not flow through anymore, and then your AB and DC will stop becoming magnets. It will stop acting as a magnet, and it loses its magnetism, and PQ, because of the compressed spring over here, it will now push back the PQ back to where it comes into contact with your fixed metal nail. So in this case, this then causes it to be a closed circuit once more, and the whole cycle just repeats. Now, for something like electromagnetism, you must remember the whole basic concept of this is that your circuit keeps on opening and closing, repeating itself in a cycle. It is always a cycle. Remember that, okay? It will always become an open circuit, and then it becomes closed, and then it becomes open, and then it will go back to closed again, okay? So this is a very important thing that you have to remember, because this is usually how magnets work, yeah? So how do we want to actually explain now? The keywords are definitely here. So you have to talk about the circuit, okay? This is going to be slightly long, but you still have to mention quite a lot of things. So when the switch is closed, right, and electric current flows through, the coils, you'll tell me that AB and CD becomes electromagnets and attract, okay, iron bar, PQ, causing the hammer to hit the bell, okay, producing a ting sound. All right. Now, once this happens, then you'll say that the iron bar, PQ, is then not in contact with the fixed metal nail, right? When attracted to AB and CD, then you then say that electric current does not flow, and AB and CD loses magnetism and can no longer attract PQ, allowing it to return to the fixed metal nail. Okay, and then you will go on to explain that this cycle repeats because when it touches the fixed metal nail, current goes through the whole coil again, AB becomes magnetized and it attracts PQ and it hits the belt. So that's all for this question, and I hope that you can finally now understand what the key points are and what the keywords that is needed to properly answer this question.